Yeah, I'm really disappointed right now in Joby tripods. I bought this Gorilla Pod tripod. A lot of YouTubers use this, a lot of social media people use it. Real versatile, lets you wrap it around things. And I bought it 4 years ago. I've really not used it very much. I know warranties are not based on use, they're based on time, but I haven't used it much at all. And for a mechanical device, something that you think is used and worn based on usage, it should have lasted longer. But what's happened is a couple of these little sockets have cracked, and the leg, this one leg is like super loose. And I contacted them, asked them if I can buy, you know, replacements for these little ball and socket pieces. It looks, I mean, they just pop apart, and I should be able to get new ones and replace them, but they don't. So I've got like this tripod. I can't even remember how much I paid for it. It wasn't cheap, and it's almost useless to me now. So yeah, kind of really disappointed in that. So now I'm going to have to look at some alternatives. What a nice morning. Actually, there's been some storm clouds just east of me, and it's been pretty shady all morning. Not the kind of shady we have in Louisville sometimes, but shady from the sun. Anyway, so one of the things I was going to talk about yesterday and got interrupted by the dolphin video. Well worth it, by the way. That was great. Just a great morning to be able to see that. I was going to talk about Amazon a little bit, and like, you know, a lot of people think Amazon is, you know, they think that Jeff Bezos is the devil. Amazon is going to destroy all businesses, and you know, that I have mixed feelings about that. You know, for one, you know, I order a lot of stuff from Amazon. You know, it's convenient. The prices are competitive, and it makes things easy for us in a lot of ways. And you can find just about anything you want on there. You have to be careful sometimes because you know, the pricing can be not so favorable. Especially some of these deals and things you come across. You'll see these 50% off coupons things. Really what they've done is they jack the prices up and then give a big discount on it. So just be careful with that. But when it comes to whether or not Amazon destroys businesses, they actually do a lot for businesses. There's a ton of businesses that have been built around selling on Amazon, just like eBay and all the others. You know, if people were, if eBay had, you know, there was a time when eBay was kind of the standard for shopping and finding a good deal on things. And, you know, back in the late 90s, there was a site called Ubid, U-B-I-D, that I used to do auctions on and buy. I bought a few things. I got good deals on them. eBay, that was before eBay was really getting popular, and then eBay hits, and for the longest time, if you wanted to know how much something was worth, you went to eBay to figure it out. You still do for a lot of these things, but people don't shop on eBay like they used to when you have Amazon with Prime delivery. You know, for a few years, Amazon Prime really spoiled Americans, I think, with that, you know, 2-day shipping. And then the pandemic hit and a lot of it changed, so Prime shipping means, you know, you'll get it pretty fast. You know, usually, you know, 1 or 2 days, but some things are a little longer depending on where you're at, where the product's at, you know, supply chain issues, all those kind of things that really mess up shipping and logistics. But you know, Amazon, there's so much more to Amazon than just, you know, the shopping and buying things. You know, it's sellers that sell on there. There's way more to it than that. Amazon Web Services is an enormous infrastructure that so many companies run on and rely on for their e-commerce solutions, for their payment solutions. You know, the email marketing. You know, that they've just done a tremendous job at building out an infrastructure that can serve the world in a lot of different ways. And that was, I think it was last summer when they had a pretty big outage. There was some major problems, and for a few days there was a lot of companies that kind of suffered a little bit, which brings into question, you want all your eggs in one basket. How much of the United States economy and commerce do you want running through one infrastructure? And when I say one infrastructure, this is like massive globally. It's not like there's a server sitting in a closet somewhere, and if that one goes down, everything goes down. It has to be really, really bad for Amazon to have a really big global problem like they did last year. And if you only suffer that once every 5 or 10 years or something, it's probably not as big a deal. But there could be businesses that if it hits them at the right time, it could break them. It could cause problems for them. But overall, Amazon is probably falling into that category now that's too big to fail by government definitions. Back in 2008, 2010, whatever it was, when we had the recession, auto manufacturers were deemed too big to fail because of the ripple effects and collateral damage they would have caused, on all sides if they were to go out of business. Amazon's the same way. There's so many employees, so many locations, so many companies depend on them. That's a good and bad thing at the same time, because they're doing a tremendous job at it. But it is all, one company, one thing. And I have to believe at some point the government's probably going to target them to try to break them up into different entities or something like that, just because they're so big and dominant. And now, one of the great things I think they're doing now that I think could really change a lot of things is that they're allowing independent e-commerce sites to use, Prime for their shipping options, kind of like a delivery service replacement for UPS and fulfillment. So that could make things really, really interesting. I'll be exploring that with whatever I do down the road. We'll see what comes out of it. But just food for thought about Amazon today. And, thankful that they were there to get us through the pandemic in a lot of ways. We would have, if Amazon had not rolled out their own delivery service a few years ago, we'd have been really hurting in this country, because all the other courier services really, really had a hard time through late 2020 delivering, and then 2021 was not as bad, still rough, but not nearly as bad as late 2020 was. And if Amazon had not rolled out their own delivery service, we'd have been hurting. So again, just food for thought.